Again, good morning, grade 8, grade 9. Good morning, um, MD. We are now in the middle of the discussion about man-made processes or human activities which affects climatic conditions or climate. Okay. Human activities. Greenhouse gases trap heat inside Earth. Earth absorbs incoming radiation from the sun. When it enters Earth, some rays or light rays were reflected back to space. However, some gases like carbon dioxide and water vapor prevent in escaping the atmosphere. This process is called the greenhouse effect. Are you familiar with the greenhouse?
Yes, sir.
The one being used in plants?
No, sir. I, yeah, no. I thought the one.
The what? The greenhouse is actually it is the one being used to cultivate plants because it traps heat. And as we all know, the heat from the sun is the vital or one of the vital requirements or ingredients in the food making of plants or photosynthesis. It is called the greenhouse effect because instead of reflecting back the heat from the sun, it tends to absorb or tends to reflect back or tends to be trapped on Earth, making Earth now with so much or leaving Earth with so much heat or the greenhouse effect. Okay. Carbon dioxide, water vapor, and methane are the common greenhouse gases. These gases allow the incoming radiation from the sun but trap the heat that bounces from Earth's surface. When this happens, less solar energy returns to space and heats up Earth. The greenhouse effect acts the Earth's blanket, making our Earth or our planet warmer because the heat tends supposed to be reflected back to space, but then again, because of these greenhouse gases, it cannot actually what return back to space. So it it is actually trapped on the Earth's atmosphere. That's the
So that's why the climate here is getting hotter, sir, because
it
the hot air is not
being
getting
reflected.
out of.
Yes, correct. Margie, are you with us?
I think she's still connecting, sir, or she's doing something. Ask her, sir.
All right. Methane, another greenhouse gas, also add up to the concentration of greenhouse gases in the air from the livestock and agricultural products. Synthetic chemicals like the one that I'm telling you last meeting, it's the chlorofluorocarbon or CFC in air conditioners and refrigerators also create a blanket and heat up Earth. Through the years, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is rapidly increasing. Yes, definitely. So, what is the common scenario there? Once the carbon dioxide um, will be in the atmosphere for a longer period of time, and there is a carbon dioxide built up there, tendency is the thicker the layer of the carbon dioxide, the more the light cannot actually pass through. Okay, making now a blanket in the Earth's atmosphere that traps heat. So it is getting warmer and warmer, right? When global temperature increases due to increasing amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, global warming happens. So this is now the phenomena, the global warming. Global warming leads to a warmer surface of temperature and higher evaporation rate. Increase in evaporation rate increases also the amount of water vapor in the air. Once there is an increased water vapor in the atmosphere, tendency is water vapor absorbs greater amount of heat compared to other greenhouse gas, hence it traps more heat. in the atmosphere, which increases now in temperature and causes ice and glaciers to melt in polar regions, the one that I'm telling you last meeting. When the ice melts, ocean absorbs more solar radiation and increased temperature. It also leads to the rise of sea level because of the melting of the ice, right, in the polar region. And these um, bodies of water are interconnected, right? If there is a great melt of the ice and glaciers in the polar region, tendency is it will be absorbed in the ocean and other bodies of water. It also leads to the rise of sea level, shoreline erosion, and coastal flooding. So, if there is more water, there is melting of the ice in the polar region, what do you think will happen to the organisms living in the ocean? MD? If there is a rise of water, tendency is the salinity of water in ocean will change. Once there are some changes in the salinity of water, tendency is the organisms living in that salinity water or saline water will eventually die. Others may survive because of adaptation, but more likely, these organisms will eventually die. So that's the problem. Okay. What else? If there are some global warming also, the there is a faster evaporation rate because there is global warming. And tendency is if there is some faster evaporation rate, what will happen next? Condensation happen next. And what's next?
The water will overflow, sir.
Correct. There is evaporation, faster evaporation rate. So condensation happen next, and then precipitation. So it has more now precipitation. So hence your what? Your typhoons. Okay? Your flash floods. These are caused by what? Global warming. What else? Seasons. In our country, although it is actually a cold season, or shall we say in summer for example, but we experience a lot of rains. What do you think? Why do you think so? Because the evaporation rate is faster, so the condensation rate also is faster, and moreover it can produce more what? Typhoons, flash floods, and those. So I think one of the factor that affects climate, the biggest factor there is the man-made. Okay, the burning of gases, or the burning of bushes, the burning of garbages. It can contribute to what? To your greenhouse gases. Aside from that, the usage of chlorofluorocarbons, the usage also of aerosols. What else? Those are big gets a big impact in the global warming. Okay, because naturally, if we're going to look at it at the bigger picture, the climatic condition changes from time to time, slowly. But at what as what we had seen in this generation, it tends to move faster than the usual, and we experience very hot conditions as of the moment, simply because the air pollution is rampant as of the moment. At the same time, what? At the same time, the usage of chlorofluorocarbons and other gases is rampant. This is the reason also why the COVID-19 virus, mutated because of the heat. Remember that these organisms likes heat, warm condition. They really like warm condition This is a favorable condition for them to replicate. This is a favorable condition for them to mutate. Mutation means adaptation, to adapt in certain areas. Tendency is what? It can cause also destruction to humanity. That's the problem. So it actually reflects back to us. Okay, whatever man done to nature, it will always go back to man. Whatever happens. Okay, we are done with the discussion. I think that will be the last slide. Hopefully by next meeting, we can start now doing our activities. I think that will be all for today, class. Margie and MD. Is Margie around? Margie?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think that will be all for today, class. Let's do the activity by next meeting, hopefully. I'll be uploading some of the activities for our module. And please do all your activities. Margie is doing it offline, right, Margie?
Yes, sir.
And MD is doing it online.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think that will be all for today, class. If you have questions with our topic, please raise it or in our GC so that your classmates also can relate. Or you can send me a personal message in case, right? Am I making that clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
I think
sir.
that will be all for today, class. Thank you for your participation, MD and Margie. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.